Yeah, thanks for that. My photo is not on the flyer. I'm the guy with no photo. Where's Melissa? Where is she? Marissa? Melissa with an L? She contacted me. I'm like, you want me to send my photo? She says, no, we got Adam's. We don't need yours. It's okay. Adam's fine. So they hired Ferrera and Parenti for Vitalia. Yeah, I don't think that's any coincidence, right? I don't think that's a coincidence, right? I'm like, you want to see a video? And she goes, no, you're from Brooklyn? Oh, you're good. Just come. They'll like you. You'll be all right. Guys, look, nice audience. Good-looking crowd. Isn't it late for you guys? Don't you got to go to sleep soon? You guys are all, yeah, right? I don't know, it's weird. I moved to Florida. It's like 7 o'clock. Oh, we can't go out, honey. It's late. We should be in bed in about 15 minutes. I don't know why. It's weird, right? Why didn't they have the show at like 5, like right after dinner? Like, that would have been a better show, right? Yeah, see that, Melissa? Oh, that's scary. All right. Melissa, you got to have it earlier. They're going to be sleeping in 10 minutes. So, I'm a little bit in a state of shock. Can I make a personal announcement before I begin my little act? Yeah. Thank you so much, because my mom is here tonight. Hey, Mom, stand up, Mom. Look at my mom. How old do you think my mom is? She's 86, my mom. Look at her. And she's single. That's just a by the way. So she didn't hear this yet. So I just want to share something because I'm in a little state of shock. And I haven't told anyone this. My older son is here. My mom's here. My wife gave me some news this morning, and I'm in shock. I've been married 29 years. Thank you. 29 years. I have 3 boys. Just when I thought the diaper stage was over, there's going to be a new addition in my family. Thank you, it's true. My mother-in-law is moving in with us. You know what I wish? I wish that was a joke. Sir, you look like a nice guy. Do you believe in sharing? You could have her every other weekend. Thanks so much. Like to come to these shows. Very nice of you. I appreciate that. So I'm going to be keeping time on the show. So after a certain amount of time, when a comic goes, he sees this. Do you guys know what that is? You're nodding your head, sir. What does it mean? Time's up. Get off the stage. You get the light. It means time's up. But I think I've been going to too many comedy shows because I carry the flashlight with me everywhere. I was in church on Sunday. The priest was right in the middle of his message. I was like, that's it, finish up. The men game started in 10 minutes. Come on, go. It's a weird thing since I moved to Florida. I meet people, and within 5 minutes, they're in the middle of their life story. Within 5, and you know, it's not really a life story. It's more like a medical report. No, I'm like, hey, how you doing? He goes, oh, I'm going to colonoscopy on Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He goes, yeah, and I haven't gone to the bathroom in like 3 days, constipated. I'm like, we're in Publix, in produce section. How does this conversation even start? How do I get stuck in? You know what you do when you're stuck in a conversation, you can't get out of it? What do you think you do? You give them the light. Like, come on, that's it, moving along, time's up. They don't know what it means, but I enjoy it quite a bit. So I actually really do have 3 kids, and you know, I'm a little old to be having another kid now, right? So my wife's been hinting that we should adopt a kid. What are you laughing at back there? I didn't get the punchline yet. What are you doing? I don't know. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. Thanks very much for the help. So, as I said, my wife is hinting that we should adopt a kid. And I was like, adopt a kid? I don't even like the 3 we have. I said, maybe we could, you know, exchange the kid for a medical student who graduated and could produce some income. That would be okay. You know what I noticed? This is 100% true. You guys, I know most of you have children. I've been much less strict with my 3rd kid than the 1st kid. Am I getting nods right over here? Is that 100% true? My first 2 kids went to bed at 7 p.m. every night. We read them a story. We prayed. See you later. Do you know what time my third kid goes to sleep? I have no idea. No, he's roaming around the house while me and my wife are sleeping on the couch since he's like 4 years old. No idea. And do you remember your first two kids? You're afraid they were gonna starve to death. We used to follow them around with a fork and a piece of fruit at the end. Say, come on, you gotta eat something, you gotta eat something, you gotta eat. By the time it's your third kid, they're like, aren't you gonna feed him? I'm like, feed him, I haven't seen him in 2 days. I don't even know where he is. Aren't you much more relaxed with the third kid? It's a crazy thing. Well, in Long Island, New York, we used to take our kids pumpkin picking and strawberry picking. $60 for a white pumpkin. And you were like, oh, this is great, come on. You know, your new parents, you think this is exciting. By the time it's your third kid, my third kid, Andrew's like, Dad, I see these photos. Can you take me pumpkin picking? I'm like, sure, we'll go to Publix. You can get all the pumpkins you want. Strawberries, bananas. You can go by yourself and bring some milk back. That would be great, I'd appreciate it. I've got no photos of my third kid. Not one. We show him pictures of my oldest son and we tell him it was him. He's like, Dad, I don't remember playing football. I said, you got a lot of concussions. That was you, don't worry about it. That was definitely you. It's true. My oldest son played baseball. I'm a huge Met fan. I'm a big baseball fan. Thank you. Go Mets. Yeah, they almost got a hit the other night. They're doing really well. So I'm a big baseball fan. My oldest son, I coached him. I missed nothing. We videotaped every single pitch and swing that this kid had for 3 years. By the time it's your third kid, I will never forget my third son, Andrew. He was dressed up in his baseball uniform, so cute. We walked him over to the coach on the first day, and we said, Coach, what time can we pick him up? We're going out to dinner. We'll see you in a couple of hours. If we're late, we'll pick him up at your house in the morning. Tuesday the latest, just take him. You know, and what happened was I felt guilty because I wasn't, as into it with the first two. So I coached him 1 year in baseball. I was the worst baseball coach of all time because I told the kids the truth. Before each game, I'd call the kids around and say, kids, come here. You see that team over there? There's no way we're going to win. It's not your fault, though. I think your parents signed you up for the wrong sport. It's definitely not your fault. You're okay. One little kid, Johnny Russo, used to come up to me and goes, Coach, when am I going to get in? I'm like, never. You stink. Jesus loves you. Get back to the bench. Jesus loves you. Don't worry about it. And there's always be one dad who thought his kid was the best on the team. And after each game, he'd come to me and go, Coach Parenti, my kid should be playing shortstop. I said, shortstop? Your kid should be playing chess. Get out of here. Stinks. Isn't that true? There's always a guy who thinks his kid's the best. And have you seen a baseball game for little kids recently, sir? Do you know the kids are so spoiled now they don't run to first base anymore? No, they call up their mom in an SUV and she drives him to first base. Mom, hurry up, he's throwing the ball, hurry up, go! Things have changed. Electronics have changed everything. These kids don't want to do any sports anymore. My middle son was always my electronics kid. Do you know how you can tell if someone's addicted to their cell phone? Take it away from them for like 2 minutes. It looks like they're having an epileptic fit. Call me! Crazy, right? And you know what's so amazing? I find really amazing? Everyone in the United States has a phone, but you can't get anyone on the phone. You call people, they text you back. They're like, what do you want? I'm like, I want to talk. They're like, what do you want to talk about? Like, I want to know why you could send a 13-page text, but you can't answer my phone calls. What is happening here? And what do you think? I pay so much money for these phones. What do you think I pay for my 4 Verizon phones, sir? Take a guess. A month? 1,000? Wow. You're getting ripped off by who's ever... No, I had 1,000 says, 6,000. That's what I pay. I got nice phones. I pay $400 a month for 4 phones. So because I pay for the phones, don't you think I should monitor what goes on the phones? So I'm monitoring my middle son's phone call, his text with his girlfriend. He's sending all these inappropriate texts. Now, if they were married, it's fine, right, sir? But they weren't married. I was furious. Paid $400 a month. I got his phone. Well, he wasn't looking. I ran over to my wife. I said, honey, look at this. Why can't you send me messages like that? Come on, there's photos and everything. You gotta pick it up. She's like, that's not funny. What are we gonna do? This is serious. I said, well, we have her number. Maybe you could call her and she could teach you how to text. Because that would be great. Because I think she needs to go to texting school or something. You know, is there a school or something for it? I just gave up on my wife texting me. I just text myself now. Like, what are you wearing? Ooh, you look great. You too. See you later. It's crazy. The phones are crazy, but it's addicted to the phones, right? The only good text I get is when my son Andrew texts me when my wife's not in a good mood and he wants to warn me when I come home. So he texts me M-O-W. Anybody want to take a guess what that means? Mom on the warpath. That's what I get. He texts me mom on the warpath. Sometimes he just texts me a picture of an Indian on a horse with a spear like this. I'm telling you, I have the photo on my phone. Now, what's interesting though, sometimes he forgets to text me, but he wants to warn me when I come in the door that my wife's on the warpath, so he gives me the signal. That's the mom on the warpath signal. Everybody's addicted to electronics. I am too. Facebook? You guys on Facebook here? Moaning. I know, yes, because there's moaning on it, right? I sleep with the phone on. Does anybody sleep with the phone in their bed? You liars. You're old, dude. You're always lying. No. What happens is I fall asleep with the buzzer on my phone. I shut it off. And then every time somebody puts a picture on Facebook, it buzzes. Like, oh, I like it. I took a picture. My oldest son lives in New York now. I have to tell you, I just visited him. New York is I'm from New York, obviously, and I love Florida. And but it's different. The traffic down here, no one beeps at you no matter what. Why do they even have horns in the car? You can't get anyone to beep you no matter what. You could get on top of your car and have a suntan, and people behind you wouldn't beep you, and they don't use their signals. New York, it's so different, right? So I go visit my son in New York, I land in Kennedy, I get on the right before you get out of Kennedy, there's a conduit boulevard there. I cut someone off. He drives in front of me and boxes me in. He gets out of his car and he starts approaching me with a crowbar. Do you know what I was thinking? I'm finally home. I'm yours too. I missed you so much. Thank you for almost clapping. That was great. Thank you so much. And so my oldest son, I go to his house. Turns out he's having some problems with the girl he's been dating for about 6 months. He's like, Dad, I don't think this is going to work out. I said, well, you have to have the talk. It's not fair. It's just not going to work. You got to let it go. So he has the talk. He calls me a week later. I'm like, did you have the talk? He said, yeah. I said, what happened? He said, we're engaged now. I said, what happened? He asked me, Dad, what happened? I said, listen, when you're in a relationship with a woman, you don't have any more decisions anymore. I've been trying to break up with your mother for 29 years, you know what I mean? She keeps telling me it's perfect. Okay, it sounds good. Okay. And so after they decided to get engaged, they went to the Amalfi Coast. You guys have been there, some of you, right? It's one of the most beautiful places. He's staying at a hotel, $500 a night. And he's showing me photos, and he's, Dad, isn't this amazing? I said, yeah. You know what's more amazing? I'm still paying for your car insurance. That's what's really amazing about this story here. You're still paying for the insurance too? You're nodding your head, right? Why am I paying for it? He's on the Amalfi Coast. I'm driving around Jupiter in a Hyundai. You know what I mean? I don't understand. What is happening? Why are we doing this? What are we doing to ourselves here? I like the old school method better, you know? I'll just stop right there. So where's it? Oh, so he goes, so basically they got engaged. He goes to, this is so, you guys aren't gonna believe this. He goes to Vegas on his bachelor party. Do you guys know in Vegas, they have an IV service to the room now? Does anybody know that this is true? I just learned this from him. Because these people drink so much and get so dehydrated, you can order an IV service to your room. Look it up, 100% true. Yeah, room service? Yeah, I'll have a coffee bagel, send me up 2 prostitutes and 2 IV bags. Thank you very much. Would you believe that this is happening? He was kind of my problem child. If you have a couple of kids, you always have one that's tougher than the rest. You're nodding your head, right? We used to draw, you know, when I was growing up, my mom didn't drive me anywhere. We had 1 car in the family. I'd be like, Mom, my baseball game's starting, it's 2 miles away. She'd be like, you better get started then, you know? That's a long walk for you, you better hurry up. I used to drive my kid around Long Island for play dates at 11 o'clock in Glen Cove, 20 miles from my house. When we were growing up in Howard Beach, Queens, I was 7 years old. I could go wherever I wanted, as long as I was on my 10-speed bike. No helmet, no cell phone, no money. This guy's nodding his head. You remember that, right, sir? I'd be like, Mom, I'm going to New Jersey. I'll see you in a couple of days. She's like, okay, honey, have fun in Jersey with your friends. Have fun. I'm like, we're going to sleep on the Verrazano Bridge. Okay, try not to fall off the bridge. I'll see you in a couple of days. My 17-year-old son, he can't go to 7-Eleven by himself. It's a block away. My wife's like, no. Kidnappings happen within a mile of the house. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Maybe we could send your mother. That's the first time you laughed, sir. Thanks for shrugging your shoulders. I feel like I made you laugh. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. Yeah, and my oldest son just never did good in school for years. He was getting 20s and 30s on all his tests. And my wife would always be like, he's got ADD, he's got ADD, he's got ADD. And one day I said, honey, he doesn't have ADD. He's just stupid. I mean, I love my son, but he's dumb as a golf ball. No, I don't think he would get kidnapped at 7-Eleven. I just didn't think he could find his way back. You know, one day he said to me, Dad, I'm going to a party tonight. There's going to be smoking and drinking, but don't worry, I won't be smoking and drinking. I said, I ain't worried because you ain't going. He said, well, you should let me go because I told you the truth. I said, well, it's not my fault you're stupid. Go talk to your mother. Is anybody offended that I call my son stupid? Anyone? You don't have to, because he's seen this whole thing. And he doesn't know it's about him yet. He's like, Dad, do that bit about that dumb kid again, Dad. You guys are a lively audience. I appreciate that. I perform at some of these retirement communities in Florida. OMG. No. The last one I performed one, the lady tells me it's a retirement community. It was really a memory care community. No, it's not a joke. By the time I got to the punchline, they forgot what it was about. I was like, sir, what's your name? He was like, don't you know? Does someone know? It was a memory care unit. No, I'm telling you, some of the crowds are so, if they come in on IVs and beds, I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be a good show. This is gonna be trouble. No, you guys are great. I mean, you guys are, amazing. And I asked the guy a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, sir, it was a sleepy show. I'm like, well, what's your name? He's like, did you say it's gonna rain? I'm like, oh, forget it, go back to sleep. The only time they wake up is if they hear a number because they think it's bingo. I'm like, I'm 55 years old, bingo, married 29 years, bingo, 3 kids, bingo. The lady called me after one of those shows. I called the lady who booked me, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. It was totally my fault. It didn't go that well. I'm just used to performing in front of a live audience, you know? It's my fault, totally, 100%. So this is a nice community, beautiful and new. Congratulations. You can't get this in New York for whatever you guys paid. It's like 10 times. Is this an HOA community, right? You guys have dogs in the community? You allowed to have dogs? All right, can I talk about my dog? Because I never had a dog until I moved to Florida. My younger son, I had to bribe him. I said, if we go to Florida, I'll get you a dog, right? I was like, buddy, the dog can't bark, it can't bite, it can't shed. Preferably it has a part-time job walking the other dogs around the neighborhood. But you know what? I got the dog because I'm a perfect husband. Every time I go home, what's the first thing I do? I walk in my house, and I'm like, oh, honey, did you miss me? And then my wife comes seeing me kissing the dog around the corner. I made a decision. I think I like dogs better than people. You're nodding your head, sir, right? Look. No, seriously, dogs are amazing. They love you unconditionally, they don't ask you for anything, and they don't talk. I mean, they're the perfect companion. They love you. If I locked my dog in my trunk for a week, and then I popped the trunk, the dog would go, oh, I miss you. Right? Could you imagine if I locked my wife in the trunk for a week? No, I don't think. She'd come out with divorce papers and a tire iron. You know, it just wouldn't be any good. I just love that dog. So we get this dog. We never had a dog before. My wife says, we got to potty train the dog to go in the backyard. I have a little area in the backyard where they could go, right? She says we have to invite the other neighbors' dogs over to do their business in the backyard. You're nodding your head. Is that true? She wanted to have a pee party at the house. I'm like, hold on. We don't know anybody from the neighborhood. You want me to... Yeah, Joe, come on over. We'll pee in my backyard later. Are you busy? Come on over. Bring the kids. We're all gonna pee. I'm like, honey, we are not gonna do that. So I would not have people invited over. So she comes home from Home Depot with a little green sod. And she said, since you won't invite the neighbors over, could you bring this over to our neighbor's house? Do you believe this is going? People, where I get my material? I'm just telling you what's going on. It's crazy. I'm like, I said, oh, okay, so I get this green grass. I go over to my neighbor's house because they have to do the business on it. So I ring the bell. Ding dong. Is Fluffy home? She says, no, he's at the groomers. I said, could your husband do some business on here? Because I gotta go home, my wife's gonna want something on here. I can't go home without it. So, lo and behold, we've never taught our dog to go in our backyard. So we started teaching the dog to go on a wee-wee pad. You guys know what those are, right? So I'm Googling it, and it says you have to give the dog a treat, and you gotta make a big deal when the dog goes to the bathroom so the dog knows they did something right. So every time the dog went to the bathroom, I gave it like a pee-pee dance. Every time I'm like, hooray, you went pee-pee, 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 pee-pee. I made a big deal of it because I'm a little comedian. I like this stuff. I get into it, right? So my wife, she comes and she catches me doing the pee-pee dance with the dog. She goes, what is going on with you? You're kissing the dog. You're dancing with the dog. She said, what about me? So now every time my wife goes to the bathroom, I'm like, hooray! You did pee-pee, 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 pee-pee. Here's a treat. So lo and behold, I like doing that, it's fun. How good is that? Come on. So lo and behold, we're in an HOA community starting January 1st of 2019. They actually started testing the dog's DNA poop. Have they doing that here yet? No one ever believes me. They're gonna do that here. Let me explain how it works. First of all, they want you to submit a sample of your dog's poop. The people from the board go around the community looking for poop. This is Joe's. I've seen it before. They send the poop in for DNA. If it matches your dog, you get a $100 fine in the mail. Does anybody believe that this is not happening? It might not be happening here, but it's definitely happening. They are charging you. First of all, who's the guy volunteering on the board to do this? No, who would, I'll do it. I'm from Jersey. I'll do it. I'm used to this stuff. I've seen it before. I'll pick up the poop. That's what I came to Florida for. That's an important job. Who is doing this? I mean, no one would, sir, you look like a cool guy. Would you volunteer to do that? Not in a million years you would volunteer, right? Who's volunteering to do this? So they came to my house a few weeks ago for my dog sample. I gave them my sample instead. I swear I did. Thank you. The guy called me a few days later. He goes, I think there's something wrong with your dog. He drinks too much red wine and eats too much sausage. I think there's something wrong with your dog. It's crazy, right? Wow, who's doing this with the dogs? It's absolutely insanity. And I'm adjusting to Florida. My New Yorker people, are you guys here, the Northeasters? I love people from the Northeast because you can't really insult them. Like, an insult is the beginning of a friendship. Would you agree with that? No, like if I met you, sir, and you're from like New York, and I'm like, hey, you're an idiot, you'd be like, huh, you never met my wife, she's a bigger idiot than me. Like, you're totally unfazed by it, right? But if you were from Florida and say you're an idiot, you're like, I'm gonna kill you now. Like, oh, run, Forrest, run. Everything is a little different in Florida. The mail is different. In New York, every week I get invited to christenings, birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, financial seminars. This is what you get invited to in Florida. I get one of these in the mail a week. Can you guys see the balloons on the side there? It says you're invited with 3 exclamation points. Join us for lunch as we discuss pre-planning funeral, cremation, and cemetery arrangements. It's a cremation party. $50 wine and cheese, and they throw in a free urn. The last one I got invited to was Duffy's Sports Bar. $9.99, wings and a will. Where'd you do your estate planning, Mike? I went to Duffy's. The Met game was on, we got it all done. It's great. Could you imagine me waiting for my wife to go to this party downstairs? I'd be like, honey, hurry up. By the time we get there, everybody's gonna be ashes. Come on. Everyone's gonna be cremated. All the urns are gonna be gone. Hurry up. Once a week. I got 10 of these at home right now. Isn't it crazy? And the thing about it too is my wife's a much more serious person than me. So we never got these in New York. So as we're getting them, she's like, we gotta take care of this. We've never taken care of it. She's like, I'm like, I don't want anything, no. She's like, no, you don't understand. I don't want the kids to have to pay for this. I said, hold on a second. You want to give the kids our retirement accounts, our real estate, and you want to prepay our funeral? What incentive is there to keep us alive? Let's take Dad and Mom to the Grand Canyon. See you later, Dad. Thanks for paying for everything in advance. Have a nice trip down to the gully. Can't they pay for something, sir? Can't they pay for something? They're getting everything else. Why do I have to worry about it? So my wife's like, no, it's not that. It's just that we should take care of this so, we could be together. For eternity. I said eternity. I thought it was death do us part. She said, don't you want to be with me for eternity? Like, it depends. Are you going to cook? That's a lot of eating out for eternity. So, she's been sending away for these items, for a place, and she found a place in Queens where we grow up. So she gets it, she brings it over to me. She goes, okay, I found it. This is what we're gonna do. I said, well, how much are they? She said, $5,000. She says, but these are the ones I really like on the other side. I said, how much are those? She said, $6,000. I said, well, what's the difference? She said, those have a better view. Can't make this stuff up. I would have never thought about that joke in a million years. Really like it. You wouldn't have made that up, right? She said, I said, what are you talking about? She goes, these have a view of the lake. I said, hold on, there's no lakes in Queens. It rained, it was a puddle, and the guys ran out. Take a picture, we'll get an extra 1,000 for those. That's 1,000, take a picture. Are you kidding me? I said, hold on, you want me to pay an extra 1,000 in case anyone ever comes to see me so they have a better view? I don't think so. Can't make this stuff up. So we're up in the closet. We haven't purchased anything yet. We're up in the closet the other day. We have a walk-in closet. She said, come here. If I go first, I want to wear the blue dress. And make sure I have the blue matching shoes. And make sure my hair is done. Don't embarrass me. I said, I don't think you get embarrassed when you're dead. I think that's one of the benefits of dying. No more embarrassment. She goes, okay, Mr. Funny Man, well, what do you want to wear if you go first? I brought her over to my Superman costume, and I said, what about that? Just make sure I have the S and the cape. Don't embarrass me. You know, it's a weird thing. I've been in Florida like 4 years, and my wife still thinks we're on vacation. She wakes up every morning, she's like, it's nice out. What do you want to do today? I'm like, well, I'm going to work. You can do whatever you want, just don't spend any money. And then she calls me around 4:30 every day. What are we doing for dinner? A lot of the men in the room don't realize what this is. This is the subliminal scam that women have been running for like 50 years. They're not confused about the next food choice. I thought she was confused. I was like, I don't know. What are we going to do? This is going to be tough. There's a decision to be made here. When women say we, she means me. We should paint the fence. I'm painting the fence. Right? We should shovel the driveway. I'm shoveling the driveway. We in married life means me. So I said, honey, don't beat around the bush anymore. Just tell me exactly what you want. I don't like the subliminal message thing. She calls me 4 o'clock on Friday. She goes, okay, I'm not beating around the bush. Can you take me tonight somewhere that we actually haven't been before? I'm like, what about the kitchen? We've never been there. They got a microwave, they got a nice little white dog, they got kids over there, they got a TV, we got the Met game, we got leftovers. Listen, I'm not a wife-bashing comic. My wife is awesome, beautiful, compassionate. She's got one disability. She has a money disability. One thing, everybody's got something wrong with them, right? Sir, my wife's perfect, except, my wife thinks if something's on sale, and she buys it, the difference between the sales price and the price it used to be goes in my bank account. Because she's like, I saved you 200, I saved you 500, I saved you 300, I saved you $1,000, we should take a vacation. Right? Sure, right, you know, she does that too. Like somehow, the money doesn't go in the bank. Do you know that, miss? Like, you're like, do you know when you spend the money, it's gone? Like, you know. If my wife keeps saving me money, I'll be bankrupt in another few weeks. I'm like, honey, stop saving me money. Would you just stop saving me money? And you know, when I came down to Florida, when I figured out what do you think my biggest bill is in Florida? Go ahead, take a guess. One person's guessed it so far in 2 years. So anyone want to take a shot? My wife's hair. Okay, a lot of women don't like this conversation right now because they never go to the salon for just one day. They go for like 30 separate days, 30 separate times. So you get a lot of little bills. But if you add it up at the end, and you know what the weird thing is? My wife spends a lot of money on her hair, but I never know when she has it done. The only time I know is when I get a low balance alert from Chase. Like, hey, What'd you buy, a Tesla? What is that? What just happened here? I have no idea when she has it done, and it's such a big expense. I think before married people get married, you know when you get a used car, you take it into the shop before you buy it and you have them do a workup, and you know what it's gonna cost you? Before you get married, you should bring your wife into the beauty salon and say, what's this gonna cost me for the next 25 years? You know, I just need a monthly payment so I know what I'm dealing with at least. So much money. I'll go, she's an early gray and she's gonna need Botox. You're in trouble, buddy. This is gonna cost you. I came home the other day and she was like, oh, got my hair done. I'm like, oh, looks nice. I was like, well, how much was it? She said $50. I said, that's not bad. She goes, yeah, I'm gonna go back tomorrow and they're gonna cut it. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I got a blowout. I said, you mean on the way to the hair cutter, the tire blew out in the car? She said, no. I got a blow on it. I got a blow. They just blow on it. They don't cut it. They don't style it. They just blow on it. $50. How did this become a business? No, I want to know what guy said, hold on, a blow dry is 1/8 of an ounce. When did this become too much effort? We're going to need to open up a business. People can't do that anymore. $5 on Amazon, you can buy 10 blow dryers for $50. It's a whole business, sir. That's why I'm driving a Hyundai. You know, but it's okay. When you reach a certain age, money isn't everything. What's important is that my wife's roots look natural. You know, that's really what's important. When people ask me what kind of car I drive, I'm like, look at my wife's hair. Forget about my, look how everything blends together. You can't even notice anything. Just forget about my car. Just look at those roots. They just go together. It's just perfect. Where am I on time? Austin, was somebody timing me? I know you don't care. You guys are so nice. You guys are so good. You guys are really nice. Thank you so much. Austin, where am I? I need a time check before I go on. Okay, am I about, where am I, Sarah? Hello. She's flashing. All right, I'll do one more thing and then I can get off. You guys are awesome. No, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Oh. All right, so one of the biggest things that happened since I moved down here is me and my wife was sleeping in a double bed for 25 years. I got a king-size bed. Yeah, I didn't know how good it is. Wait, you know, when you're a newlywed person, a double-sized bed is okay because you're both two small people. And then over the years, you start to expand, and if you turn over, you break somebody's nose. It's like, yeah, you know, and we didn't realize it. We just got used to sleeping like this. Like, you couldn't even turn because you bang the other person around. I got a king-size bed. I haven't seen my wife in 3 weeks. I have to text her now. I'm like, honey, you coming to bed? Where are you? What is happening? This is great. I love it. And you know what the thing is about being married too, sleeping in the same bed, no one ever gets any sleep. There's always somebody waking somebody up. My wife's a light sleeper. And when I walk into the room at night while she's sleeping, when she wakes up, it looks like she's waking up out of a coffin. Some people do it in this room. I found that after, some people actually do this. Do you do that? You do that, right? No. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I see when I come into the room. Like, I'm trying not to wake her up. So go slow. This is what I see. She screams as she rises from the bed. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? She goes, you scared me. I said, you scared me? How can anybody get any sleep? Is it so scary? She still does it to this day. Does anybody do that to her? Oh man, it's so scary. It's great. And at least once a week, she's like, wake up. Did you hear that? And I'm like, maybe if I was awake, I would have heard it. But right now I'm sleeping, so I didn't hear anything. She's like, I heard something. Go see who it is. I said, well, you heard it. Why don't you go see who it is? She's like, you're the man. I'm like, you're the woman. You go. So she's like, if we had a gun in the house, we wouldn't have this problem. I said, if we had a gun, you would have shot me by now. So that's probably not going to work. She said, just go see who it is. I said, I'm a comic. What am I going to tell the guy a joke? What am I going to do? I'm helpless. I can't tell. So it was dark, so I got my flashlight. Down the stairs. I was like, okay, that's it. Time's up. Go rob another house. Thank you. That's great. One more thing and then we're gonna go. So, and this happens at least once a month. Does your wife ever wake up and give you the evil eye? She's actually mad at you in the morning? Does that ever happen? Are you doing that to your husband? I'm gonna tell you why you do it, right? So I wake up and, whoa, what? What's the matter? Like, what? I had a dream you cheated on me last night. I'm like, oh, really? With who? I mean, with who? That's terrible, honey. That's just awful. My name is Mike Parenti. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You don't have to stand, but I appreciate that you did. You're not going to even attempt it, right? Sir, I appreciate that too. Thank you so much. You guys are terrific.